Hey, how's it going? Today is 3rd of December, Tuesday, and we're going to be taking a look at the market, what kind of opportunities we can find, and if we might be able to engage with some of these initiatives, right? There's going to be three articles we're going to be taking a look at. First one, that would be UK's beauty brand Smart Grant debut at Cosmoprof India 2024. Kind of interesting, I guess. There are some entrepreneurs. Perhaps there's some men. There are a lot of women in this industry, and perhaps there might be a lot of opportunities. And I was taking a look at fashion industry in the UK recently. Perhaps there might be some opportunities when it comes to beauty brands as well. That will be over a dozen UK beauty companies will be displaying at the Cosmoprof India 2024 with three removed British brands announce new launches. I don't know that much about this industry. Perhaps it might be a lot of opportunities, but there is something there. I wanna joke around, but perhaps it's a very serious industry and people should take it more serious, I guess, since it sells, it makes a lot of money, right? And some things do not make sense, I guess, but some. Okay, let's take a look at this article. That would be 3 points. There might be a lot of names, perhaps. Let's skip introduction. Let's jump right into the article, right? An exclusive lineup of UK's most innovative beauty brands is set to take center stage at Cosmoprof India 2024, being held in Mumbai from 5th to 7th of December at the Geo World Convention Center. Cosmoprof India is a leading business-to-business event for thriving beauty market in India. The delegation of 17 companies will showcase diversity and innovation of UK's 24.5 billion beauty industry. That's what I mean. It's such a big industry. I mean, I don't get it. I don't get it. Why it's such a big industry? I don't get it. What I'm saying. It's worth paying attention to this industry, but I don't know. I don't know. There are a lot of movies, and in the same movie, people who paying attention, there is a woman, and she would have three different type of makeup, and perhaps for people who understand differences between the makeup and there's the different types of makeup, and perhaps the different governments in particular might have more popular makeup compared to Scandinavia, compared to South Korea and or India and UK. There's completely different makeups, and sometimes in a movie, for people who do pay attention, there could be three different types of makeup the same woman would wear from different brands. Perhaps promoting those brands in the movies, but anyway. Movie I'm referring to, that would be Amsterdam. That's the name of the movie. But anyway, and for let's keep that featuring skincare, cosmetics, hair care, nail care, manufacturing, and the beauty tech sector. These initiatives build on the wide range trade collaboration that exists between the UK and India, worth 42 billion a year and rising. Right. So overall, massive industry, 42 billion. Yes, there is some statements. Let's keep some of the statements. Perhaps if you yourself you're interested in this industry, there are a lot of opportunities. Again, I don't know. If you would ask me, all these things are overpriced. Well, this is how little I understand about makeup, I guess. That will be another British brand announced its entry into India's Eve. Perhaps that's the name or a company's name. Let's progress without promoting anyone, I guess. Established in 1963 and independent family-owned professional-only brand. Let's keep name presented itself as truly sustainable brand using renewable energy to manufacture up to 95% post cosmetic recycled materials. Okay, sure. That could be slightly more expensive, but anyway, it is important. This part I understand very well. I can break down this part very well. Anyway, let's progress. Okay, let's progress. The third launch event was founded in 2013 by a husband and wife duo. Let's keep names. They use Pow Pow. Sure, sure. As a main ingredient in the products and all cater to people's skin and or lips in over 35 countries around the globe. Perhaps the entire business model might fit into different categories, and perhaps if there is an industry, perhaps there's so often that I would talk with a lot of women, and those women would not necessarily know how to start, how to begin. Perhaps that would be some of those opportunities, but again, it doesn't fit some of the characteristics to for myself, but might fit for others, right? In 2023, the UK companies comprising leaders and innovators in organic and natural beauty exported nearly 4 billion worth of beauty and all personal care products across the world, with India being one of the UK's top 5 markets outside the European Union. So overall, there's a massive market, right? And perhaps some of these people up there can enter into way how they could present their products and services to the market. I can share some of the details, and yourself you can engage potentially perhaps after the business Department of Business and Trade and how to promote your products overseas, right? Perhaps there is different ways of how to do it, right? Let's progress and let's take a look at the next article. Let's take a look at the next article that the junk food ad ban legislation progress to curb childhood obesity. I have done a little bit of research. I think we have touched on that yesterday when it comes to uh, some of the characteristics of food and how much perhaps I would characterize it, how much food would be processed, right? This is how I would define it, as well as how much different ingredients it would have, and where those ingredients would perhaps come from, right? But then perhaps that would be important, as well as how much it would cost down the line later for the taxpayers to look after some of these people who would have health problems, right? Overall, that the junk food ads to be banned from October 2025 with final details unveiled today. So let's take a look at this article, and I thought government would do completely different. I thought there might be some limitations when it comes to legislations and who would be invited to discussion of best practices. I thought government gonna take a look at legislations, and the not necessarily government would be inviting some of those companies to take part in discussion. Or when it comes to ads, I thought government would allow to promote those products and services. That's my opinion, right? But anyway, let's take a look at this article. That would be children will no longer be exposed to TV adverts for junk food products, and new law sets out today. Today's date, December 3rd, confirmed that the final details of advertising restrictions, ads on television will only be allowed past 9 p.m. watershed from October 2025 as part of plans to curb childhood obesity. There was something with billboards. I think billboards might still be allowed, right? But anyway, fulfilling the key manifesto commitment for the government and also supporting the pledge to give every child the best, healthiest start in life. The advertising restrictions will also include a ban on paid online junk food adverts to reduce children's excessive exposure to many foods high in fat, sugar, or salt. Perfect. Since there is a lot of engineering when it comes to those the different ingredients, as well as how those ingredients would be engineered to affect people, right, and trigger a response by eating. Not necessarily we're not taking a look at carrots and apples or this bananas or something like that, right? Or what we're taking a look at fat, sugar, and salt, right? And helping to address rising rates of obesity-related diseases such as diabetes and heart diseases. Guidance is also being published today to provide more details on which foods and drinks categories will be covered by the regulations, giving industry the final details needed to prepare for the regulations coming into force next year. 7.2 million calories per year are expected to be removed from UK's children's diets as a result of measures providing the estimate 20,000 cases of childhood obesity. This part is debatable, but if this part is debatable, if anything, people do understand what they're doing. But there's a lot of back and forward of how to do it, right? It's a different issue. It's been completed by smart people, right? NHS data shows the deeply concerning trend of rising childhood obesity. Almost 1 in 10, 9.2% recipient age children are now living with obesity, and by age 5, 1 in 5 children have both decay because of the excessive sugar consumption, as well as inactivity. There's many factors, right? With the rates continuing to rise and without the further actions to address the cause of this trend, this generation of children could be set up for limited health complications as adults, right? As well as less people in the streets running around, right? And younger adults. There is more people just sitting at home and being inactive, right? By taking preventive actions to tackle the cause of childhood obesity, the government will be fixing the foundation of good health and protecting the health of the next generation. I'll skip some of statements. Children with obesity are more likely to live with conditions as an adult, are significantly greater risk of life-limiting illness that deeply impact their quality of life and economic opportunities. Obesity is the second biggest preventable cause of cancer, cost to UK's health services more than 11 billion each year, and it's a major contributor to ill health that prevents people from participating fully in work. These restrictions will support the shift from the treatment to preventive. I don't know. There's something, so government is doing something, but I don't know if government can do more, right? So, but it's massive industry, again, it's massive industry, and government perhaps limited to what government can do. That will be a key factor of 10-year health plan, which the government is set to publish in spring 2025. The government recently launched Change NHS. Okay. I don't know. I would add that we covered NHS too many times. I would say too many, and there's different plans that have been proposed, perhaps how to restructure NHS now. Let's take a look at the next article. Next and the last story, perhaps something that feel good story. Well, I have the idea, right? That we change for the Ching with the new partnership of River Action Plan. New collaborative action plans set out the projects to boost wildlife and water quality. Volunteers sought for forthcoming community rivers restorations projects. Sure. I don't know. There might be a lot of distractions going on with everything what the government are doing. There might be a lot of distractions. It might be distraction. It might be important. Where everything have started most likely with the Paris Olympics, where they were trying to clean a river so people could swim in that river again. That sparked some of the questions by a lot of individuals how polluted some of those waters can be, in particular after rain. So that's where everything have started, and from there, now what we take a look at, it's volunteers, but I thought it might be important. There's something, right? We can be a little bit more optimistic about entire. Uh, at least government is doing something. So I'm going with this. The urban water course that flows from Essex to North London hopes to reap the environmental benefits of ambitious partnership projects in revitable river. Okay. I would approach it completely different. I would be taking a look at how to dig the river and use the river as a logistical process, right, to shipping goods via rivers. So that's how I would approach it, and that would be how to make money, I guess, from doing it. But if it would be perhaps it might be too much for environment. So perhaps I would make things even worse. When it comes to water quality in the rivers, is adversely affected due to households, misconnections, sewage pollutions, road runoffs, rural sources runoff from nearby commercial activities. Exactly. So the quality of water is terrible. I don't know if I could make it better, but at least source finances and perhaps additional filters, all those kind of things would be how to finance as well as how to move goods using rivers, right? To address these complex issues, the Ching Action Plan, London Lee Catchment Partnership, sure. There's the website for people who like to engage and perhaps volunteer at a time. It's been produced by a rental agency in partnership with London Borough of Baltimore and Forest. Okay, there's different organizations. Let's keep all those names. The collaboration strategy identified 27 improvement projects along with Chink, which will provide significant benefits for both local environmental and communities living close to the river. These include river panel restoration, tackling pollution from surface water, outfalls, fish passes, pollution screens, installation and river teamly annual wildlife habitat improvement scheme. Great that government is doing something, and at least there would be a need for understanding of how polluted that water can be, and if there is anything that government can do, right? Throughout the summer, all partners have been working hard to prioritize the key projects in Ching Action Plan, and will soon be calling on local volunteers to get involved in activities to help revital the river. To have your say at action plan to and or to register your interest in forthcoming volunteer opportunities, please email for people who like to engage with communities, right? Different communities. When it comes to quality of water and environment overall rivers, right? Perhaps they might be interested in engaging. Thanks for watching. See you next one.